Hello, doctor, and all my friends. It's great to be here with you today. My name is Ying Zhonghe. My metric number is A173389. When I was a child, I heard a Chinese mythological story, and later a writer included it for publication. The name of the story is Golden Axe, Silver Axe, and Iron Axe. At the edge of a beautiful forest, there lived an honest and kind woodcutter who had a sharp iron axe. The woodcutter had to take this iron axe up the mountain every day to cut firewood, and this axe was the only source of income for them to support their family. He cherished this iron axe very much. One day, the woodcutter was cutting firewood at the river. His hand slipped, and the axe fell into the river. Without this axe, how can I earn money to support my family? How should I make a living next? Thinking of this, the woodcutter could not help but sit by the river and cry. At this time, the river god heard the woodcutter crying and appeared. He asked the woodcutter what happened. The woodcutter told the river god, "Just when I cut wood, my hand slipped. The axe fell into the river. What should I do? Could you help me?" The river god listened to it and thought it made perfect sense. The river god heard the story and felt sorry for the woodcutter, so he decided to help the woodcutter. The river god sank into the river, picked up a golden axe, and asked, "Is this golden axe yours?" The woodcutter shook his hand and said, "No, this is not my axe. No." Then the river god sank into the river again, picked up a silver axe, and asked, "Is this silver axe yours?" The woodcutter still shook his hand and said, "No, I only have an iron axe." The river god sank into the river a third time, picked up an iron axe, and asked, "Is this iron axe yours?" When the woodcutter saw his axe, he jumped up and said happily, "Yes, yes, this is my axe. Thank you for your help. Thank you." The river god appreciated the woodcutter's honesty, so he gave him the gold and silver axe as gifts. The woodcutter was so grateful to the river god that he returned home with the 3 axes and told his friends as well as his neighbors in detail what had happened just now. A greedy neighbor heard about it and was very envious of the woodcutter for having the gold and silver axe. So the greedy neighbor was very anxious and decided to take his chance as well. He ran to the river, deliberately threw the iron axe into the river, and then sat on the river bank pretending to cry, in pain to attract the attention of the river god. The river god really emerged from the river and came to him. After understanding the situation, the river god also decided to help him. The river god sank to the bottom of the river, fished up a golden axe, and asked, "Is this golden axe yours?" The greedy neighbor shot happily, "Yes, yes, this is actually the axe I lost. Thank you." His greedy and dishonest appearance was hated by the river god, who, without speaking, took the golden eggs and sank to the bottom of the river, never come out again. Not only did the greedy neighbor not get the golden eggs, but he didn't even get his own iron eggs back. The story ends here, but it tells us the truth. Only honest people can reap not only money, but also friendship and other things that money cannot measure. There comes a time when lies are exposed, and when people are dishonest, they lose more. What was originally theirs, they may lose as well. So, lying comes at a price. Be sure to be an honest person. That's all for my story. Thanks for your listening. Thank you very much.